The Awakening. Dr. Maya Chakrabarty adjusted her safety goggles and initiated the dark matter interaction chamber. The lab at CERN hummed with energy as she prepared for another routine experiment. She had dedicated 15 years to unraveling the mysteries of dark matter. But tonight, everything would change. The particle accelerator whirred to life, creating miniature collisions that mimicked conditions from the universe's birth. Maya watched the data streams on her monitors, seeking patterns in the chaos. Suddenly, the readings spiked beyond anything she had ever recorded. A wave of energy pulsed through the chamber, and Maya felt it pass through her body like warm electricity. For a brief moment, time seemed to stop. The air around her shimmered with colors she had never seen before, colors that existed beyond the normal spectrum of human vision. What was that? She whispered, checking her instruments. The readings showed impossible energy levels, patterns that defied known physics. As she reached for her keyboard, she noticed her hand glowing with a faint blue light. Over the next few hours, Maya experienced changes she couldn't explain. Her thoughts became clearer, faster. She could solve complex equations in her mind instantly, seeing mathematical relationships as tangible structures floating in space. When she closed her eyes, she could perceive the quantum foam of reality itself. 3 days later, military vehicles surrounded the research facility. General Harrison, a stern man with graying temples, presented his credentials. Dr. Chakrabarty, your experiment triggered global monitoring systems. We need to understand what happened. Maya demonstrated her newfound abilities, solving impossible mathematical problems and predicting quantum events before they occurred. The general's team of scientists confirmed that her DNA was restructuring itself, evolving into something unprecedented. You're not the only one, General Harrison revealed. Reports are coming in from around the world. People near quantum research facilities are changing. That night, alone in her quarters, Maya experienced her first contact. A presence touched her mind. Alien yet somehow familiar. Images flooded her consciousness. Vast cities floating in nebulae, beings of pure thought traversing dimensions, and countless eyes watching Earth. We have waited, the presence communicated. Humanity stands at the threshold. Maya learned that the Galactic Council had monitored Earth for millennia, waiting for signs of transcendence. Her experiment had triggered an evolutionary cascade, awakening dormant potential coded into human DNA eons ago. As dawn broke, news reports flooded in. A musician in Tokyo could manipulate sound waves with her mind. A teacher in Brazil helped his students learn through direct mental transmission. An artist in Paris painted images that changed based on the viewer's emotions. The transformation was spreading, and with it came fear. Governments scrambled to contain what they couldn't understand. Religious leaders debated whether this was divine intervention or something darker. Scientists struggled to explain phenomena that defied their theories. Maya felt the weight of responsibility. She had triggered humanity's next evolutionary leap, and now she had to help guide it. Through her enhanced perception, she sensed other awakened minds reaching out, forming a network of consciousness that spanned the globe. But not all reactions were positive. Some alien civilizations feared humanity's rapid evolution. The Vraxian Empire, ancient rulers of their sector, saw humans as a threat to the established order. Their warships began moving toward Earth. The first part of humanity's transformation had begun, but the greatest challenges lay ahead. Maya stood at her laboratory window, watching the stars with eyes that could now see the threads of reality itself. The universe was watching, and humanity's destiny hung in the balance. Part 2. The Evolution. Maya's transformation accelerated with each passing day. She no longer needed sleep, sustaining herself on ambient energy. Her consciousness expanded beyond her physical body, allowing her to perceive multiple locations simultaneously. During a meditation session, she discovered she could manipulate matter at the quantum level, reshaping objects with thought alone. The network of awakened humans grew stronger. They communicated through a shared mental space they called the Nexus. Maya became their unofficial leader, guiding newcomers through their transitions. Each person's abilities manifested differently. Some could heal with a touch, others could interface directly with technology, and a few could even fold space-time for short-distance teleportation. The Galactic Council revealed itself fully, materializing their embassy ship above the United Nations headquarters. Ambassador Theron, a being of crystalline energy, addressed humanity. "You have crossed the threshold. Now you must prove worthy of your ascension." The tests began immediately. The Council presented challenges designed to measure humanity's wisdom, compassion, and restraint. Maya led the response, demonstrating that human evolution encompassed not just power, but also understanding and empathy. During one test, the Council created a simulated crisis where humanity had to choose between saving themselves or a fictional alien species. The awakened humans chose sacrifice, using their abilities to save both. This act impressed even the skeptical members of the Council. However, the Vraxian Empire remained unconvinced. Their fleet commander, Zorthel, broadcast a message. "Humans are chaos incarnate. They will upset the balance we have maintained for millennia." Maya discovered ancient texts in the Council's archives, prophecies speaking of a species that would bridge the gap between physical and non-physical existence. The descriptions matched humanity's current transformation perfectly. These prophecies also warned of a great trial that would determine the fate of the universe itself. As more humans awakened, society transformed. Traditional power structures crumbled as people could no longer be controlled through force or deception. The awakened could sense truth directly, making lies impossible. This transparency created initial chaos, but eventually led to unprecedented cooperation. Maya's abilities reached new heights. She could now project her consciousness across star systems, communicate with beings in other dimensions, and even glimpse potential futures. Through these visions, she saw the approaching confrontation with the Vraxians. The Vraxian fleet arrived, weapons powered by dark energy cannons. They demanded humanity cease its evolution or face extinction. Maya proposed a different solution, a direct mind link between herself and Commander Zorthel. In the link, Maya showed Zorthel humanity's journey, their struggles, dreams, and capacity for growth. She revealed that humans didn't seek dominance but connection, not power but understanding. The commander, experiencing human emotion for the first time, began to question his mission. But the Empire's rulers, monitoring from afar, ordered the attack anyway. As weapons fired, Maya and the awakened humans joined their consciousness in the Nexus. Together, they created a shield of pure thought that absorbed the dark energy blasts and transformed them into healing light. This display of power combined with compassion caused fractures in the Vraxian fleet. Many ships defected, their crews inspired by humanity's example. The Empire retreated, but Maya knew this was only a temporary victory. The Galactic Council declared humanity had passed their tests, but warned that the final transformation would be the most dangerous. Maya felt the pull of something beyond physical existence, a realm of pure consciousness that called to her evolved state. As she prepared for the ultimate step, she realized that her journey was not just about personal transcendence, but about lifting all of humanity to a new level of existence. The evolution continued, and the universe held its breath. The ascension. The final transformation began at dawn. Maya stood atop Mount Everest, chosen for its symbolic significance as Earth's highest point. The awakened humans worldwide formed a planet-spanning network of consciousness, their combined mental energy creating visible aurora throughout the atmosphere. Maya's physical form began to dissolve into pure energy. Her consciousness expanded beyond the confines of matter, touching the fundamental fabric of space-time. She became aware of dimensions beyond the four humans typically experienced, realms where thought and reality were indistinguishable. Through the Nexus, she shared this experience with all awakened humans. They felt their own transformations accelerate, their bodies becoming vessels of living light. The boundary between individual minds blurred as humanity approached a collective consciousness, while maintaining distinct identities. Unity in diversity. The universe itself responded to this unprecedented event. Stars pulsed in rhythm with Earth's energy field. Quantum fluctuations across galaxies synchronized with humanity's transformation. The Galactic Council observed in awe as humans achieved in months what most species took millennia to accomplish. Ancient beings, older than the universe itself, emerged from hidden dimensions. These cosmic entities presented humanity's final test. Would they use their newfound power to reshape reality according to their will, or would they become guardians of cosmic balance? Maya, now a being of pure consciousness, understood the choice. She communicated with all of humanity simultaneously. Power without wisdom leads to destruction. We must become shepherds, not rulers. Humanity chose guardianship. Their collective consciousness reached out, healing rifts in space-time, nurturing developing civilizations, and bringing harmony to discordant regions of the cosmos. They didn't impose their will but offered guidance to those who sought it. The Vraxian Empire, witnessing this display of benevolent power, underwent their own transformation. Inspired by humanity's example, they abandoned their authoritarian ways and requested membership in Earth's growing alliance of awakened beings. Maya transcended beyond econ energy, becoming one with the fundamental consciousness that underlaid all reality. Yet she maintained her connection to humanity, serving as a bridge between the physical universe and realms beyond imagination. The transformation spread beyond Earth. Humans who hadn't initially awakened found themselves evolving, guided by those who had gone before. Within a year, all of humanity had ascended to some degree, creating a species that existed simultaneously in multiple states of being. Earth became a beacon of evolution, attracting beings from across the universe who sought to understand humanity's rapid ascension. The planet transformed into a cosmic university where physical and non-physical entities could meet and exchange knowledge. The Galactic Council restructured itself, with humanity taking a central role not as rulers but as mediators and guides. The prophecies were fulfilled, but in a way no one had expected. Humans didn't conquer the universe, they helped it evolve. Maya, from her transcendent state, watched as humanity's influence spread through countless dimensions. They became known as the Bridge Builders, entities who could traverse all levels of existence and bring understanding between vastly different forms of life. The universe entered a new age of cooperation and growth. Conflicts that had raged for eons found peaceful resolution through human mediation. Technologies and philosophies merged, creating hybrid systems that benefited all species. In the deepest reaches of space, new galaxies formed in patterns that reflected humanity's collective consciousness. The very laws of physics seemed to become more flexible, more responsive to conscious intent, as if the universe itself was evolving alongside its inhabitants. As eons passed, the story of humanity's ascension became legend, told in countless forms across infinite worlds. They were remembered not as conquerors but as catalysts, the species that showed the universe its own potential for growth and transformation. Maya's consciousness touched every corner of existence, yet she never forgot her origins. In quiet moments, she would return to Earth, now a shimmering jewel of evolved consciousness, and remember the day in a laboratory when she first glimpsed the colors beyond human sight. The universe had watched humanity transcend, and in doing so, had transcended itself. A new era had dawned, one where the boundaries between matter and spirit, individual and collective, finite and infinite, had become beautifully blurred. And somewhere, in a distant corner of the cosmos, another species stood on the brink of their own awakening, guided by the gentle presence of those who had walked this path before. The humans who had become something greater, yet remained fundamentally human in their compassion and wonder. The story continues, endless and ever-evolving, as consciousness expands through infinite possibilities. Humanity had not just transcended. They had shown the universe that transcendence was not an end, but a beginning.